shop here. You can see got a bunch of sleds as usual. Today I'm going to be going through my buddy Ryan's helmet and putting on some of Len's products here. So first things first, we got his Blizzard Buster light setup here. It goes on the back. It's incredible for seeing through the snow dust or through the trees. They really make a huge difference in obviously that visibility, but also the safety of like knowing your riding crew and buddies are up ahead right there. As you saw in those Pittsburgh videos I put up, we rode, tons of snow dust, bright sunny day, nighttime. You can see these things all the time. Doesn't really matter the conditions. There's a nice little button on here. You can change the color now. So they used to be, you'd have to pick which color you wanted. Now you've got the option, doesn't matter. You buy this one light, you can pick whatever color you want by toggling the button. So for those of you that want to match it to your sled, you have that option now. If you've got a pink sled, you can have a pink light. If you've got a wrap with, green or blue, you can pick green or blue. Doesn't matter. The options are kind of endless there. So we're throwing that on along with one of his power cords. Awesome little twist lock setup in the middle, so you can leave the one end connected to the sled and use the twist lock all the time. Gonna kind of go ahead and do like a little walkthrough type video on how this install process goes. It's very simple. You clean the helmet, you stick it on, you kind of center it, whatever. But still, something for shop content. As everyone knows, the snow is pretty thin this year, so I've got some downtime, did a bunch of riding videos. I had a lot of sled work in the shop that wasn't really great for filming, and I just needed to get some stuff knocked out. So the shop content has been a little bit lacking. I'm gonna go ahead and get this little video uploaded for you guys, and at least it's something, So not too much riding going on right now. I kind of did a bunch of riding over the course of a couple weeks there. I've got some more riding content coming out soon that I'm just kind of behind on editing and getting up. So I'm gonna knock this little video out here, kind of showcase some of my buddy Len's stuff and get you guys a little content on, this cool light setup. So if you guys haven't seen it, maybe it brings some more customers in for my buddy here. That's kind of it. I've got some lights on hand if you guys wanna hit me up to order one. This is not really any sort of paid promotion. It's just a friend of mine that I'm trying to help out and kind of get some light on his product. I think it's great. I really do like the theory behind it and being able to see your friends and the safety factor of it. So that's why I'm here kind of bringing it to light on my channel and the people that are following me. So I'll put some links below to Len's website and the products and stuff that I'm using right here. Go ahead and get these things opened up here, and then we'll move on to getting the helmet cleaned up because it's kind of dirty. So with the light, you get this little cable retention holder kind of deal, 3M stick tape. Cable snaps into there. It's a pretty sweet little piece. You get the factory ones that are these harder, brittle plastic ones. I've seen a couple of these break over time, so this softer kind of rubber type deal should hold up a little bit better in the long run if you're taking that cable in and out all the time. So you get your light, you get the little power cord that goes into your shield. The light wraps on the back, and then you stick the little adapter on as well, and then your new power cord cable, whoop, goes into this adapter and runs down through. Each of the Blizzard Buster light kits do come with alcohol prep pads. So if you clean your helmet frequently or you end up cleaning it before this process with something that may have silicone in it, these prep pads will take all that off. That way this still ends up sticking to the helmet, because some of those silicone cleaners really don't, help with adhesion promotion at all. It's nice that those are in there. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this with just like a regular window cleaner first, get, most of the deposits and whatever else and dirt and dust off of it. Then I'll hit it with the prep pads and we'll get to sticking these things on. So if you look at the light pretty close, you can see LJE products down the middle, and then you've got 6 LED rows on each side of that. So you can kind of use this LJE products logo as your center line for the strip itself. So it makes it pretty simple. You can kind of just gauge your height, put it in the middle, and then, once you start sticking it in the middle, then you can kind of adjust here and work the piece around. Let's clean that up with the prep pad, and then we'll get this piece stuck on here, move on to our adapter, and then the cable into the visor. And that's kind of it. It's really simple, really straightforward. If you do it crooked, then you're running with a crooked light. Not much you can do at that point. All right, we're gonna go right about there. Start in the center. Kind of lean myself back here, make sure I'm putting this on straight-ish. And then that wraps over to there. Because you have this top curve coming downward, and then this obviously is going to try to stick to the helmet, and it's going to naturally wrap a little bit upwards. So eyeballing it and trying to get it perfectly straight is going to be tricky, but that's not too bad right there. Go ahead, put some pressure on here. And this piece kind of lays there, nice and simple. Plug that into there. Oh, sure. So, not much left to do. Peel that piece. Kind of line this up so that you can get your cable in and not really interfere with your vent there. It kind of naturally lays where it wants to lay, so it's not like you have too much wiggle room to go ahead and mess that up or anything. It just kind of sticks right in place where it wants to go. And again, apply your extra pressure. You're going to want to do this at room temp, right? You're not going to want to be out in 20 degrees or whatever. If you are worried about this 3M stuff is really gnarly. It sticks on like crazy. There is a little trick. You can take a lighter and kind of warm up that adhesive before you stick it on, and then you probably won't ever really get it off, but you don't need to do that. Just a little tip I've seen some of the media guys do on the race teams, where they go ahead and before they put a GoPro mount on, they'll kind of heat that up and stick them on after that. So that's pretty much all you got to do there. Now we get our power cord. So this straight end is the one that goes into your sled. You've got your little accordion cord here, and then here is the awesome twist lock. This thing is pretty dang rugged compared to some of the other ones. Lock that in, but this is the side with your 90-degree fitting that goes on the helmet. So you just kind of go ahead, stick that bad boy in there, and then route your cable however you want. On my helmet, let me grab that in a minute here. I'll show you on my helmet where we put this thing, but since Ryan has these already placed kind of where he wants them, I'm gonna go ahead and retain those for him and just route this cable back into those, and then he can deal with it from there however he would like. We'll give him this in case he wants to try and pry these off and stick this one on somewhere else, but that's pretty much the gist. So here you can see on my helmet where Len, he did this when we were up in New Hampshire last time. This is where he put the little rubber grommet to go ahead and hold the cable. Same deal, dangles around, plug it in however you want. Ryan, why do you have these cables so tight, dude? There. So like I said, you do have one included with the kit to retain your cable however you would like, but if you already have your helmet set up in a fashion where you know you like your routing or whatever, by all means reuse those, but Len does provide you with everything. Don't mind, you can kind of see the spooky power contraption over here. When I got all this stuff from Len, he's like, oh, do you want the power jumper pack for display purposes? And I was like, nah, what am I gonna need that for? Now I'm cutting up an old cord and using a jumper pack. Anyway. So there, now you can see, hit your little button, boop, and you can just toggle through all your colors. Whatever color you want, the world is your oyster. Whatever color you leave the light on, that's what it stays on the next time you plug it in. So it's not like you have to go through and toggle to your color every time. Whatever you leave it on, it retains memory, and that's the light color that it stays on each time you plug it in. Pretty straightforward install. Kind of clean the helmet, peel the stuff, stick it on, plug everything in, off you go.